Bryce, give me 2 seconds to get in there and get those rooms set up. It'll only take a second. Then I'll get you guys in there. Hang
No
on.
problem.
So, Nicole.
Hey, Royce, give me 1 second. I had to pull you guys out because it pulled the judge in too.
Okay.
But I'm
No
going to do that right now.
Okay.
There we go. All right.
Hey, Paula, can you hear me?
What's up,
Can you-
Royce?
So he's here for a sentencing, I guess.
Yeah, you
I
want
don't
to see,
have-
you want
yeah,
to get PSI?
Yeah, and like there's not an attorney already that's stuck with him.
He never had one before, never asked. This is the first we've heard he wanted one.
Okay.
You want me to bring him out of the breakout room or he's
Um,
still in there? Oh,
but-
no, it's not. Okay, I'm sorry about
Yeah, I
that.
just need a copy of the PSI so I can go over it with him.
I'll have probation send it to you.
Okay.
On its way, Mr. Nunley.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Royce,
Yep.
are you ready for the judge?
Virginia just called me twice. She's trying to email it to me. I think she wrote down my wrong email address, so she's trying
Okay,
to resend it now.
okay, I'll let Judge know.
Have you,
Okay,
do we know, like, because Teresa asked me to do a probation violation for somebody named Robert Maloche? Any sign from that guy yet?
no, not yet. He
Okay.
was first on the list, but,
Okay.
all right, so you're just waiting for the report. Thank you.
Probably Josh Moran.
I'm going to put him back in the waiting room, Judge, and then I'm going to call Art and Katie and tell them to please make sure they tell these people to connect to audio. He's not connecting to his audio. I've sent him 2 chats.
Try the note.
Paula, can you put me back in the breakout room with Mr. Mitchell? I have the pre-sentence investigation now.
You bet.
Thank you.
Okay. He's connected now, Judge. He's connected now. Good morning, Josh. Is this Josh Moran? You need to unmute, please.
Unmute.
There you go. Can I get your full name, please?
Joshua Ryan O'Connell.
O'Connell. Okay. Hang on just a sec. Okay, you're scheduled at 8:45. Hang on just a moment.
Yep.
I'm renaming you for the judge, so. Okay. Hang on just a minute.
Mr. O'Connell, are you ready for sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And you're going forward today without benefit of an attorney, correct?
Yes.
And you've had a chance to look at the report and recommendation prepared by probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything you want to add to that report or correct? Factually, everything right? Your address, where you work, all that stuff correct?
Yes.
Okay, anything you want me to consider before I sentence?
No.
All right, Mr. O'Connell, fines and costs on the file, $720. There is a $50 misdemeanor tax to the state of Michigan, $75 victims fund fee to the state of Michigan, restitution in the amount of $150 to the city of Romulus. We've got a $50 bench warrant fee on the file, and I'm ordering 60 days on an alcohol monitor with tether. Total on the file, the tether you set up with the Wayne County Jail, so that you take care of that with them. The total on the other fines and costs, all those fees, $1,130. You can set up a monthly payment plan with probation if that works best for you.
Okay.
Probation will get you some information on how to get that tether set up. I want that set up ASAP. Any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
All right. You'll hear from probation. I just want to confirm you're still on Flamingo and Wixom,
Yes, Your Honor.
and a phone number 248-5109.
No, it's 534-5109.
I thought that was probably wrong. So it's area code 248-534-5109.
Yes.
All right. All right, if you're having any issues, contact probation so we can get them straightened out before their big issues.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, I should tell you, just so you know how this tether works. It's a monitor to make sure you're not using alcohol during that time period. If you trigger the monitor, if you use alcohol, I usually don't even hear about it until after the sheriff's department has picked you up and put you in jail to finish your term on the 60 days.
Okay.
So they take it pretty seriously, and so do I. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck.
Thank you.
It's funny, we had two Joshuas today.
I found that question mark in the Friends,
Yeah.
and it was on the Burroughs history, so that's easy. I just corrected it, reprinted it.
Yeah, yeah. So we didn't have
And
to
then I'll just
screw around
correct
with
it. All I gotta do
The
is
X.
correct the X
Yep.
and that's
that. And
it.
then if you can send the whole package to me, this, the application, the 2 maps, send that as one attachment so I can open up, just make sure it opens properly and then I can send it out.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Oh, and you can't take Christine to lunch today. You have to do it next week.
Well, we decided we're gonna do it Tuesday.
That's
I
fine.
was gonna tell you that.
No, I don't care when you go.
She goes, I'm not here tomorrow. And I said, well, I'm not here Friday. I said, we're closed Monday, so we'll go Tuesday. And she goes, that sounds really good. Thank you very much. That was very
No, you're
nice of
welcome.
you.
No, I recognize it's above and beyond.
Okay.
Where the hell are the people today?
You're probably not coming today. They had prior engagement.
Is that what it is?
Hello?
Christy Thomas, please.
Yes.
Ms. Thomas, 34th District Court calling. You're late for your sentencing.
I thought it was at 9:45. I got an email saying it was at 9:45.
Nope.
From Paul something?
9 o'clock on my list. Can you get in now?
Yes.
Okay, we're ready for you whenever you can get in Zoom.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Are
All
we
right.
ready on Mr. Mitchell's file, Mr. Nunley?
We are ready.
Mr. Mitchell, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. People versus Damian Mitchell. If you don't mind, Mr. Nunley, your appearance, please.
Royce Nunley appearing on behalf of the date and time scheduled for sentencing in this matter. I've had an opportunity to go over the pre-sentence investigation report with Mr. Mitchell. We have no additions, deletions, or corrections.
All righty. Mr. Mitchell, are you ready for sentencing or you have something you want to share with me?
No, not really. Just, well, I mean, I don't know who I talked to as far as, 'cause, I work nights, as far as the Zoom meetings, the AA meetings, and I don't know who I work with, the probation officer with that, as far as the time schedule.
I'm not sure what your concern is.
Oh, as far as time schedule for it, because she recommended me going to AA and then, substance abuse. But, I work nights, so I was just trying to get the time.
Okay. AA meetings are basically 24/7. You might have to look, spend a little bit more time searching for them, especially now you can actually do some AA meetings online, I understand.
Okay.
But to answer your question, that's correct. If you're having trouble finding something that fits your work schedule, then you need to reach out to the probation officer.
Okay.
Give her a chance to share some resources with you.
Okay.
The monkey's on your back. You're responsible for getting it done. If you're having trouble finding it on your own, contact probation. If you're still having trouble, contact Mr. Nunley.
Got you.
Okay?
Got you.
Anything
Now,
else?
when you leave, Mr. How do I get his contact number, his information?
If you got a pen, I'll give you the number to the office right now.
Okay, cool. Get a pen. Okay, I'm ready.
586-778-4555.
4555. Okay, Mr. Nutley. All right.
Ready for sentence then, Mr. Mitchell?
Yes, sir.
All right, fines and costs on your file, $620. We do have a $50 misdemeanor tax to the state of Michigan, a $75 victim's fund fee, placing you on probation for 9 months, adopting in full the recommendations that you've gone over this morning with Mr. Nunley. Probation fee is $360. I'm ordering restitution in the amount of $125 to Van Buren Township. The total financial obligation on the file is $1,230. You can set up a monthly payment plan with probation if that helps you. Any questions as to the sentencing terms, sir?
No.
All right, if you're having any issues, like I said, contact probation. If you can't resolve it with probation, contact Mr. Nunley. He can help you work things out so we can avoid an actual violation of probation hearing.
Yes.
You'll hear from probation about the details.
Okay.
Any
Now,
questions?
would she call me or she'll send me an email or?
I think she's probably going to email you, but I'm not 100% how she's going to do that.
Okay, because I don't want to miss the email. I want to keep checking. I don't want to,
Okay. Well, if you don't hear anything, by the end of this week, you might want to check with us next week.
Okay, so by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So check back with us Tuesday or Wednesday if you haven't heard anything. Just make sure you didn't miss an email or a phone call.
Okay, gotcha.
Good luck.
Yep. And what's my total altogether?
1230. 1,230.
I got you.
Anything else, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Take care.
All right, thank you.
Right, your guy still hasn't checked in.
Okay.
He was scheduled at 8 o'clock with probation, but I don't know. Do you want me to check and see if he's talking with anybody in probation? Just so you know.
I have his number on this, violation of probation sheet. I could try to give him a call, see if I can get a hold of him.
Okay, thank you.
Paul, I don't know if you saw it or not, but Rob Young brought some bagels in today. What's up, Art? You ready for anything? Did you send them in? Because I don't have anybody in my room yet.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You want to make sure it's,
I'm ready. Yeah. You want to talk before you send them in, or?
no, I'm just gonna call back and say you're ready.
I'm ready. Morning, Katie.
There's somebody in there.
What's the name?
What, it's so, no, Shapiro, Farrah. Oh, here it is at 9:15.
Yeah, we need an interpreter and an attorney on that one. Mr. Alcantara.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Good morning.
Good morning. We're waiting for the interpreter and the attorney.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Come in. Good morning, counsel.
Judge, it's a pleasure to see you again. How are you?
Always is. I'm doing much better than I deserve.
Yes, hopefully you're staying safe. That's all that matters, Judge.
Yep. Everybody's healthy. Just waiting for probation to bring me some files for Mr. McDaniel so we can get you in and out.
Fantastic, Judge. I appreciate it.
No problem. Royce, you're still waiting for a body to talk to as well, right?
Well, I got a hold of him. He said that he spoke with Katie just after 8, and Katie told him that an attorney was going to be calling him. So I called him and talked to him. He should be signing in right now.
That's Malash, right?
Yes.
Okay, still the same deal. I don't have any files yet.
Okay.
Mr. Casar, you keeping busy?
I am, Judge. I am. It's incredible how the efficiency level can go up so much farther now that I can be in Howell and Detroit the same day, same
You know
morning.
what? I said that early on in this process that Zoom may have answered the age-old, trial attorney problem of being in 3 courts the same morning.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you
But
use your cell phone?
I still have trouble getting attorneys to show up on time.
Really? Oh.
Yep.
Yep. Interesting. How's your new colleague doing, Judge?
I think she's settled in all right.
I've
Yeah.
not met her yet.
Having been here as a magistrate, I think that makes it a little bit more of a seamless transition.
Yeah, oh, that's good.
Katie, do you send Christy Thomas? I called her because I got her down at 9 o'clock. I'm like, you're late for Zoom. She's, I got an email from somebody that said 9:45. You don't send her an email, do you?
No, not usually.
I didn't think so. Well, she also said she was going to join right away, and that was 15 minutes ago.
So McDaniel's up top, he's got an attorney.
Yeah, he's right here.
Okay, and then he requested MIDC.
He's ready. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
Yep. Cool. Thank you.
Judge, did you want me to check if Royce needs the breakout room with his guy while you're sentencing?
I don't think so. Royce, you don't need a breakout with Mr. Malash, do you?
Okay,
No, we spoke.
Okay.
thank you.
All right. I'm ready on the People versus Mike McDaniel. Counsel, your appearance.
Good morning, Judge. For the record, Robert Sarr on behalf of and with Mr. McDaniel.
All right. Before we get into the violation that's scheduled today, they gave me a list of other files that Mr. McDaniel has. I just want to make sure he's aware of all this. Looks like he's got an impeding traffic and no proof of insurance from Van Buren Township 2019. Had a payment plan, but we haven't seen any money since June. And then he's scheduled for an arraignment pretrial in April on operating while intoxicated out of Van Buren from 21. Oh, it looks like operating intoxicated DWLS and a civil infraction as well. We're aware of all those fellas?
I was aware of the arraignment, Judge, not the civil infractions. Mr. McDaniel, you understand you need to make payments on that, right?
I was not aware of the non-payment. I thought I was up to date with all my payments.
Yeah, our records are showing that we haven't seen any payments since June 26. $295 due on the impeding traffic and $378 on the no proof of insurance.
I'll be taking care of it.
Yeah. And counsel, I'm always willing to do some discounts, get rid of some late fees and penalties if we can close files out. I'm not going to give a discounted amount and then wait for payment, but if you can cash them out, we'll waive some bench warrant fees, that kind of stuff, and get the number down.
Great, Judge. I'll advise him.
Okay. So today's file is case number 19-1835. Incident date, April 14, 2019. Charge of ethnic intimidation. Mr. Sikowski has joined us. And let's see, my paperwork says that there was a positive ETG for alcohol back on December 28th. It's a fourth violation. All right. New charge, January 28, 21. That's the one that we've got an arraignment coming up for, pretrial. Okay, and I'm assuming, Mr. Casari, that you're looking at, or you have looked at the same paperwork I've got in front of me from probation, correct?
That is correct, Judge.
Okay. Art, is there anything to add other than what I'm seeing on paper today?
Yes, Your Honor. At our last violation hearing, well, the second violation hearing, was given 45 days alcohol monitor, which he completed without incident. It was adjourned. Everything was fine. As soon as we continued probation, we had this other positive. As soon as he was referred to inpatient, that's when we got the new arrest. He's been in counseling essentially for 16 months and hasn't disclosed, the truth during this time frame. At this point, I don't see the need to continue his probation on this case with another case coming down through. I would like to see, some significant GPS alcohol monitor time at this point. Other than that, Your Honor, I've got nothing else to add.
Okay, and just so we're all on the same page, Mr. McDaniel was sentenced to 24 months probation on July 22, 2019. So he's got, another
5 months?
5 months-ish? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Mr. Casar.
Judge, we are here today to plead guilty to the violation Mr. Solkowski took a lot of time with us this morning, Judge. We really appreciate that. My client does really good when he's on the alcohol monitor. He knows, Judge, he's got to do better. We'd ask you to consider letting him do the long-term on the alcohol monitor. You're going to get him right back again, Judge, with his next case. He's got to make big changes. I discussed with him of getting on anti-abuse. It was surprising me that he's never heard of anti-abuse. I thought in today's day and age, it was a common theme, but I'm going to push him hard to do something different than what he's been doing. Because if you give him a chance to stay on the alcohol monitor during this violation, Judge, and we know we're going to come right back to you in a few months,
Right.
He's got to make some long-term changes or else he's going to be going to jail.
All right, so let's do, Mr. McDaniel, anything you want to add, sir? Don't feel that you have to. I just want to give you the chance.
No, sir.
So let's do the tether until at least the next court date on the other file, which is April 15th. We can look at it then. And I think what I was hearing from you, Mr. Sikowski, is you're suggesting we just close this file with the tether order.
Your Honor, that's what I was considering at this point in time. Other than the new recommendation of inpatient treatment, he's satisfied the other condition.
Okay, Mr. Kazar, I'm inclined to close this file unsuccessful, order the tether until April 15th. And then we'll see where we're going for future treatment, hopefully.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. McDaniel, that makes sense to you?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good luck to you, sir.
Judge, have a great day.
You as well. Stay
Thank you,
safe,
Mr.
gentlemen.
Solkowski. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Paula, would you bring Milosh in so we can get Royce working before he falls asleep on us?
He's on his way in.
And then Paula, we're looking for the attorney and an interpreter for Mr.
We've got
Alcantara.
the interpreter.
Okay.
I don't see the attorney yet.
Yeah, and
though.
that one wasn't scheduled until 9:15, I guess. Good morning, Mr. Milosh.
Good morning.
Mr. Nunley, your appearance.
Royce Nunley on behalf of defendants.
All right, today's the date and time set for a violation of probation on a December 26, 19 incident date, charges operating while visibly impaired. According to the paperwork from probation, there was a positive alcohol test on December 17, 20, positive THC and cocaine on December 22. In addition, diluted sample provided on 12/4. Probation says this is the third cocaine positive and third alcohol positive since sentencing. Sentencing date was February 6th of 2020, so just over a year ago.
Yeah, so
Go
Judge,
ahead.
after speaking to Mr. Milosh, he is going to go ahead and plead guilty and take responsibility for the positive tests in December. It seems like he was doing good because he was sentenced in February, and at least from the information I have, it looks like that first hiccup was in December of 2017. He said he was doing very good in his support group. He just fell off. You know, he made a couple mistakes there in December, but he says that he's back at it and he's doing well. He wants to take responsibility and he wants to move forward with his treatment and do whatever he's got to do to make it right.
Thank you. And Mr. Milosh, explain to me what the treatment program or plan is with Catholic Charities.
They have me going to the substance abuse treatments every 2 weeks now. And then she recommended I go to support groups, which I had also previously been doing anyways. And I've amped that up to once a week again. So I'm doing all that again, sir.
All right, so you're going to the treatment twice a month and you're going to support groups every week, one per week, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Ms. Blunt,
Yes.
anything to add?
No, Your Honor.
What's your recommendation?
I would like to increase his testing to once per week and get a solid 4 to 6 weeks of hopefully clean tests, let him continue his treatment. He is due off probation, but I think we need to get him sober for at least a month prior to letting him off.
I don't think that's unreasonable. And you're still on Country Lane, Mr. Malash?
Yes, sir.
Are you working?
Yes. 4 to 5 times a week, sir.
I'm sorry, say again?
4 to 5 times a week, sir.
Where do you work?
Ford Motor Company.
Okay. All right. And when's your next review date, Ms. Blunt?
March 24th.
All right, and I'm gonna assume, you can correct me, but I'm gonna assume what you just said was if we can get him clean testing until then, we'll just close him out.
Correct.
Mr. Nunley, Mr. Malash?
Sounds reasonable, Judge.
Mr. Malash,
Sir.
plan?
Yes, sir.
Seems to me you're getting a lot of grace on this, Mr. Malash, so don't take kindness for a sign of weakness.
I will not.
Because the flip side of that coin, one side of the coin is all clear testing until March 24th, you get closed out. The flip side of that coin is dirty testing between now and then, and there's gonna be jail time.
I understand.
All right, good
Very
luck to you,
clear.
sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, you're all set.
Okay, thank you.
Royce, are you our guy for the morning?
For the arraignments, yes, I'm supposed to be arraignment counsel. I was supposed to be doing
Oh,
that.
do you know who's handling the rest of them?
I
Got 3 that have checked in that have MIDC.
Okay, then I'll pull it up for you right now.
Bowditch, say that again, Katie.
Not, I had a couple whose files said MIDC because they had them at sentencing, but they did not request, or the one told me he did not want counsel for his violation.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you heard from Andy yet, Royce?
Heard from, no, I haven't. And on
So
the,
we got no arraignment work for you right now?
no.
Why don't
And
you just hang out with us, see if we need anybody?
Okay, because it doesn't look like anybody's scheduled. Dan is over with Judge Martin, and then I'm just walking arraignments with nobody else scheduled.
Okay, let's see if anybody asked for an attorney today.
Just yell my name.
Can I see who this Michael's iPhone is? That may be the attorney for the Mr.
Yeah,
Nell.
let's check David and Michael.
Okay. Well, the attorney's first name is Michael. It's Michael Lacey.
David, what's your name?
Hello?
David, what's your last name?
Stroshine.
Roshan.
Stroshine.
Stroshine. All right, we will relabel you and put you back in the waiting room until we're ready for you.
Okay.
And it looks like Michael's probably an attorney.
I don't have an attorney, sir.
Nope. I'm talking about somebody else that's in the Zoom meeting.
Okay, you're going to go back in the waiting room, Mr. Stroshine. Hang in
Okay.
there. Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Mamet. What are we doing today on this?
Michael's phone, iPhone. Can I get
Yeah.
your full name, please?
Attorney Michael Lacey.
Okay, that is I was right. We do have the interpreter in your client as well.
Okay, could we go in the breakout room with the interpreter for 1 minute?
Yes, give me 1 second. I'm
Thank you.
relabeling you.
That was the lady, what she called about?
Yeah, she said that.
I know.
we filed this and we're not getting our money.
All right.
Philip
fine.
Miser,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to put you into the breakout room with the attorney
20
and his client, okay?
Okay, okay.
Is the judge ready for us?
I am.
Oh, well, maybe we don't need to go in the breakout room.
I'm not that much for hurry, counsel. If you want some breakout time, that's no problem.
Just 1 or 2 minutes, Your Honor.
No problem at all. Just when you're done, everybody can jump out of the breakout room, come back in.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
You're the
I think he was going to say you're the best, but I cut him off.
He would be right. I'll find out who this iPhone is. iPhone, are you connected?
No, they're not.
Kick them out. I'll bring Miss Mintz in.
Okay. She's connected.
Miss Mintz, good morning.
Good morning.
And Miss Turner, nope, she's not connected yet. All right, Miss Mintz, you are here today on a violation of probation for a November 3, 2019 incident date of drinking and driving. Before we get to that one, it looks like we've got some other files that you need to get something going on. We've got 2 civil infractions from Huron Township 2020, an equipment violation and no proof of insurance. 234 on one, 318 on another. Have you ever set up a payment plan on those, ma'am?
No, not yet. I wasn't able to, well, around the time when that happened, this was probably like right before the shutdown we had the first time. And I know the violation of equipment, he said that if I got the light fixed and then I came in the next day, he would waive it. I still got the ticket on that. And then he said if I was able to come in with proof of insurance, that would be waived, but I wasn't able to come in because of course you guys were closed.
Okay, but the court has never been closed for those types of things. You could always send something in, you could email, you could drop things in the Dropbox, you could contact us and make arrangements. You can't just ignore the tickets because of COVID.
Okay, I wasn't
So
aware of that.
If you think you've got documentation on the equipment violation and the no proof insurance, and bring those in and we can see what we can do on those.
Okay.
Paula, I got sketchy information on this DWLS. Looks like we need to get a pretrial date for Huron.
Okay, I'm sorry, Judge. I was in your office. For
Quick question, Katie. Can I email you those documents for that he's talking about?
I'm gonna get you a court date on the Drovo license suspended. Just bring the paperwork on the other 2 files that day and we'll look at them.
Okay.
Huron Township before Judge Green is going to be April 8th. Huron Township.
Time?
I would just give it 9 o'clock. They probably haven't assigned any yet.
All right, Ms. Mintz, on those files, April 8, 9 a.m. We'll get you a mailed notice as well, but make a note of that.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about today's file. According to the probation department, we had you scheduled December 9 for a violation hearing. We adjourned it till today so you get some testing done at on-site and do 10 hours community service and get started with payments. Says here that you failed to appear at on-site on December 22nd, testing the next day. Failed to appear on the 29th of December, tested on the 30th. And same thing, failed to show up on January 19th, tested the next day. Financial difficulty was cited as a problem. Diluted sample on December 23. And you did do your community service, but still haven't made a payment. Ms. Blunt, anything to add to all that?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Mintz, what's the problem that you're not showing up for testing the day you're scheduled?
Money.
Okay.
It's just the day of when my unemployment pays out. Like they keep falling.
So
Sometimes they fall on the wrong day.
Yeah, try to explain to me the situation where you can't show up on the 22nd, but you can show up the next day. That happened 4 times. What's going on?
It's just when my unemployment pays out. Like if I certify on a Monday, they normally wait 2 days to pay out.
Okay,
So I would be able to, like sometimes if they fall on a day and it'd be the day right before that my unemployment.
okay. Well, testing a day late 4 times in a row is like not testing for us. So what's it cost you to test?
35.
All right, so you gotta put 35 days away, $35 away and hide it for when you get those calls.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to. It's just I got a lot of bills to catch up on.
All right, are you working now or not?
No, I've been looking for work.
When did you last work?
Maybe in September of 2020.
And where were you working then?
Wayne Family Dental.
Okay. Ms. Blunt, what's the recommendation of probation?
She was due off probation January 7th. Testing has been an issue since September. She failed to test for 3 months straight prior to this violation. She has completed everything else other than her payments.
All right, so go ahead.
I was just going to say at this rate, closing her out without improvement.
Yeah, because it looks like from January of 2020 until September, we had no problems at all.
Correct. She did everything. She was on track.
Lost
with
her
everything.
job and then testing became an issue.
Yes, and I have double checked all of the dates. She has gotten called on Tuesdays every single time, and she goes and tests on Wednesdays, which does follow her unemployment.
Fits with what she's telling us. All right, Ms. Mintz, I'm just going to close this file out unsuccessful. Don't forget, April 8th, you've got those other 3 matters we got to get straightened out. So if you've got documentation where you fixed whatever the equipment violation was, bring that. And if you've got documentation that you were actually insured on that vehicle that you were driving that day, then bring that as well. Then if nothing else, maybe Judge Green will be willing to waive some late fees and penalties and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right. Any questions?
Okay. No.
All right. Good luck on those.
Okay.
And Stacy Turner, you connected?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Turner, I've got a file from December 26, 2019, operating while visibly impaired. According to probation, it shows you tested positive for cocaine on December 27, 20, and that you failed to document 48 hours of community service as ordered. In addition to that, we've got you failed to appear for testing on November 25, December 18, and February 5. Good news is you're in contact with probation. Let's see. Did complete 25 hours of community service, but we don't have the documentation yet. Where'd you do your service, sir?
I'm doing my service at Palmer Church on Wayne Road in Westland there.
Okay, so Ms. Blunt probably told you this, but just have the pastor, church secretary, somebody of authority at the church sign a letter on their letterhead that says what hours you've done.
Okay, yes, sir.
And you don't have to wait until you get 48 hours to submit. Submit what you've got now, and Ms. Blunt can make a note in the file.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, and you're currently going to Higuera?
Yes, sir.
And how often are you going to Higuera, and how long have you been doing it?
I was supposed to do 10 appointments, but I've been talking to her once a week. Me and her talked on Tuesday. She said that we're going to add 6 more appointments because my wife passed away in July of last year on our anniversary. I'm on depression medicine now, but she feels like I need some more time. She said we're going to stay together as long as it takes to get me better. So
okay, that sounds positive. Ms. Blunt, anything to add?
No, Your Honor.
What's your recommendation for Mr. Turner?
I do believe Mr. Turner is really trying. He's doing everything that he can in his power, other than the financial difficulty with testing. And he does call me every single time he can't test. And he does test when he gets paid.
Yep.
I'm comfortable with putting him back on reporting probation.
Good.
As long as there's no more future positives. I know Mr. Turner and I talked about it this morning and how he had a slip up, but he does find treatment to be very beneficial.
All right, great. Mr. Turner, sound like a plan?
Yes, sir.
All right, keep working the plan then. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
And let's see. Mr. Lacy, are you there?
Well, the only reason we're saying that is just because he probably heard that we were. Police don't like it when they get bullied. That's gonna happen for the next 6 months or.
No, he'll come through. Mr. Stroshine, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, I've got a file here from February 15, 2020, operating while visibly impaired. Probation says that you tested positive for alcohol and amphetamines on December 2nd, failed to provide documentation of alcohol education level 2 program, and failed to provide documentation of community service 48 hours. Let's see. Further information. Okay, your first step referral?
Yes.
What are you doing there? How often are you going?
Once a week.
And how long have you been doing that?
I've been to 4 so far, and I'm also attending AA once a week.
Good. How often?
Once a week for an hour plus a time
All
assessment.
right, are you working?
Yes, sir.
Where are you working?
X-Tang.
What do they do there?
We make tonneau covers for the big 3.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think I ask you that every time I talk to you.
Yeah, I'm working 6+ hours a week. So
awesome. Good. Good. Okay, Mr. Sikowski, anything to add?
Well, yes, Your Honor. Initially, he got placed on probation, and he had, when I did the interview, he denied the use of any mood-altering substances. We had the positive marijuana screen. We decided, hey, okay, we increased his testing, and you ordered him to complete the community service. That went out. It tested, came back, tested positive for amphetamines and alcohol, which he acknowledged consuming alcohol and taking Adderall.
Right.
Since that time, all screens have been negative. To his credit, he was ordered to education. He went to outpatient treatment. The AA is on his own, and I'd like him to provide documentation of that.
Got that, Mr. Stroshine?
I do, sir.
Get your sign-in sheets to Mr. Sikowski. Go ahead, Art.
And he started his community service, Your Honor, at Belleville Lighthouse Church, which I've added to our list.
Beautiful, beautiful. What's your recommendation then?
Well, at this point in time, I think he's shown that hopefully we've had a long conversation about honesty. And I think moving forward, he'll do just fine as long as he maintains his current level of commitment. I'm comfortable putting him back on reporting, Your Honor.
All right. That's a pretty good recommendation for you, Mr. Stroshine.
I appreciate it.
All right. So it sounds like we had a little trouble getting you on the plan, but now you're on it. Keep working it.
I'm doing it to the fullest, sir.
All right. So you're working a lot. Can you get your fines and costs off so we can just check that box and be done with it?
I got 1 payment left, sir, and I'll be paid in full.
Awesome. All right. Back on reporting. Keep up the good work, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Lacy, can you hear me? You are muted.
Yes, I can hear you. I'm back.
Awesome. All right. Let's call the case. People versus
All right.
Noel Katara.
I don't know how to leave.
Mr. Lacy, your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the Honorable Court. Michael Lacy on behalf of Noe Alcantara.
All right. And we've got an interpreter on. Ma'am, would you pronounce your last name for me?
Villamizar.
Villamizar. Good morning.
Good morning.
Would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that you will accurately translate between Spanish and English and Spanish so that we can all discuss this matter this morning with Mr. Alcantara?
I do.
And would you let him know what we just talked about?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Señor Alcántara, van a discutir su caso en estos momentos.
Ok, está muy bien, gracias.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you very much.
All right. And counsel, have you and your client had a chance to go over the report and recommendation from probation?
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Is there anything to correct fact? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Señor Ala, y si usted tuvo la oportunidad de discutir con su cliente el informe de detección y evaluación, sí, su señoría.
Mr. Alcantara, entende?
Señor
Sí,
Alcántara,
yes,
¿entendió?
sí.
All right.
Yes, yes.
Counsel, anything to add?
No, Your Honor. Everything is correct.
Abogado, ¿algo más que agregar? No, su señoría, todo está correcto.
All right, so counsel, what is Mr. Alcantara's status? Is he able to
Well-
get back to work now? Because I'm assuming he wants to work.
Your Honor, I believe that he doesn't have employment authorization at this time, and he's on a tether with Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So I don't believe that they're going to allow him to leave the house at this time.
Okay. Okay.
Señor, abogado, ¿cuál es el estatus de trabajo del señor Alcántara? ¿Está trabajando? El abogado dice, no, su señoría, él en este momento no tiene autorización para trabajo y tiene un grillete que le puso inmigración y no creo que él sea dejado, no se le permita dejar la casa ahora mismo.
Ok, sí.
Okay, yes.
All right. Counsel, we ready for sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Abogado, ¿estamos listos para la sentencia? Sí, su señoría.
Sí.
All right, recognizing the time he's already spent in jail, I'm going to adopt the recommendations of probation, fines, costs, state misdemeanor fees, and restitution to the township of Van Buren, total $870.
Voy a reconocer el tiempo que él pasó en la cárcel, voy a adoptar la recomendación del departamento y le voy a pedir que pague a multas, costos estatales, tarifas, restitución por un total de $870, restitución al municipio de Van Buren por un total de $870.
Ok, está bien, perfecto.
Okay, that's fine, perfect.
Counsel, I think she did all that with one breath.
Impressive, Your Honor. She
It
should
was.
sing the opera.
Counsel, the 870, do we need a payment plan on that?
Do you need time to pay, Noe, or can you pay today?
No, I can pay today with a credit card.
Okay.
All right, I'd rather save you the money. If you pay it with a credit card, that means you got to pay it online, and our third-party vendor is going to hit you probably about 50 or 60 bucks. If I give you some time, yeah, you're in Garden City. If I give you some time, you can drop off a money order or a personal check at our Dropbox 24/7. Does that work for you?
Okay, it's fine. Está bien.
That's fine.
All right, so how about next Friday, the 19th, give you plenty of time?
El próximo viernes, el 19, ¿le da suficiente tiempo para pagar?
El viernes,
The Friday?
puedo
The
ir el
19th.
lunes. Puedo
A
ir
week
el
from
lunes.
tomorrow.
Can I go on Monday?
Oh, any day. I'm just giving him that long. He can do it. He can do it anytime. There's a 24-hour Dropbox.
A cualquier día, solo le estoy dando el tiempo para que vaya la caja donde se echa el dinero está disponible las 24 horas.
Ok, está muy bien.
Okay, that's very good.
All right, so the total is 870. Anytime between now and next Friday in the Dropbox takes care of it.
El total es $870. Tiene el tiempo de hoy hasta el próximo viernes. Usted lo puede dejar en la caja esa en cualquier momento.
Ok, está muy bien, gracias.
Okay, it's very good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions, Mr. Alcantara?
¿Alguna pregunta, señor Alcántara?
No, estoy bien.
No, I'm
Mr.
fine.
Lacy, we good?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Your Honor. I'm really grateful.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And Ms.
Muchas
Villamizar,
gracias.
thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You as well.
Gracias.
Bye,
Juez,
gracias.
gracias.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Marin.
Morning.
Are you ready for sentencing this morning, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. And are you prepared today to go forward without an attorney?
Yes, sir.
Have you had a chance to look at the report and recommendation prepared by probation?
No, sir.
They didn't send you what we call a pre-sentence investigation. Looks kind of like this.
I don't believe so. I did the
Monday.
Ms. Blunt?
I emailed it to him on Monday.
Okay, well, I haven't looked at it, so I don't know.
All right, so why don't you look at it and then come back into the waiting room when you're ready.
Okay.
All right?
All right, so
It's,
they go for
it's
here?
important that you see that information so you have a chance to correct anything that's factually incorrect.
Okay.
All right, so check your emails. Actually, I'm gonna leave you right where you're at. I'm gonna mute you. So check your
Okay.
email when you're ready. After you've seen that document, just give me a thumbs up.
Okay.
The last one in there is a violation.
Bring her in.
Maddie, you have a pretty good situation here. I mean,
Good morning, Ms. Williams.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can, thank you. I've got a file from December 30, 2019. The charge is operating with visibly impaired, and you're here for a probation violation. According to our probation department, you tested positive for THC on September 17, 2020. You failed to appear at JAMS for testing on October 13th, October 30, November 2, November 25, December 18, December 30, and January 11. Failed to provide documentation of 48 hours community service, and failed to provide documentation of substance abuse treatment as ordered. In addition to that, probation says that you also failed to appear to JAMS on January 26 and February 5 for testing. Basically, haven't done anything that you were ordered to do.
Well, I've been going testing because I haven't had money. You gotta pay to job, and I'm unemployed, and I haven't been receiving unemployment. I'm waiting for them to give me my payment. I've been waiting for months now, and like it's nothing I can really do about the payment. I have to wait for them to release the funds to me.
Okay,
I've
did
been
you
looking
ever reach out to your probation department or your probation officer and say you were having trouble with testing because you were broke?
Yeah, I told her that, and then it was like one of the months or 2 of the months, because I got tested for COVID twice, so I had to quarantine for 14 days twice, and I told her that, and I showed her the documentation and everything. That was back in maybe like June.
All right, when did you contact GrowthWorks?
I contacted them. Let me see. Look at my phone.
It was recent, Judge. I just spoke with her earlier this week, I believe, and gave her GrowthWorks number.
Yeah, I left them a message. They haven't contacted me yet.
Okay, so in June, when I told you to get into treatment, what'd you do about it then?
You said what? I didn't.
In June, I sentenced you in June, and in June, I told you you had to do treatment. What did you do about getting into treatment back in June?
Nothing.
And what's the problem that you haven't completed any community service hours?
There's been a lot going on, and I don't have transportation.
Okay, you live in Westland.
Yes.
All right. How many nonprofit organizations have you called in Westland that are within walking distance of where you live?
Walking distance? I don't know any that's in walking distance by me.
Have
But
you
it's
called anybody? Did you do anything to try to
I looked some up. I just never called.
What's your recommendation, Ms. Blunt?
Under any other circumstances, it would be jail, Your Honor.
And the jails are still open. What's your recommendation today?
I know GrowthWorks is busy, but I know they will get back with her. I know they're behind on intakes. I just want to point out that I did kind of lose contact with her for like almost 4 months. I couldn't get a hold of her. I had to send out a letter for her to contact me. Testing has always been an issue.
Right.
I mean, she's 8 months in her probation.
Oh, my phone was broken. I told you once I got my phone fixed and turned back on, I called. That's when I contacted you, and I told you that my phone was broken for a few months, and there's nothing I could do about it because I didn't have any.
Well, Ms. Williams, let me make a suggestion. Then you borrow a phone and you check in with your probation officer and say, my phone is broken. What do we need to do?
All right.
Does Ms. Williams have anything else on her record?
No, Your Honor.
Where were you working, Ms. Williams, that you're waiting for unemployment?
I'm sorry. I was working at Amazon, and then I got fired for not showing up because I had to take care of my mom, and then I had got a job at FedEx. Then I had to quarantine because my mom had corona, so I had to quarantine. So I had just started then, so it's like I went to orientation, and then like my first like actual day at work, I couldn't make it because I had to go get tested and quarantine. So I've been unemployed ever since then.
And Ms. Blunt, when's your next review?
March 24th.
All right, Ms. Williams, I'm going to order jail on March 24th unless you've done something to impress me that you're taking this seriously.
Okay.
So if you're not sure what you need to do, then you need to reach out and you need to contact probation. If you're having trouble getting things lined up, then you need to reach out and contact Ms. Blunt.
Okay.
It's your responsibility to comply with probation. It's not Ms. Blunt's responsibility to drag you there kicking and screaming.
I understand.
All right. So I'm going to give you a chance to show us that you're taking this seriously and get on track.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Make me proud.
I will.
All right, Mr. Moore, and you've had a chance to look at that paperwork, sir? You're muted. You're muted, Mr. Moore.
Can you hear me?
You find that document in your emails?
Yes, sir.
Was there anything in that report that is not factually correct?
No, sir.
Address, work history, all that stuff is right?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you want to add to that report? Anything you want me to consider before I set the terms of sentencing today?
No, well, I work out of town, so right now I'm in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So I was just wondering how all the like the community service and all that would work.
I'm trying to figure out the way to word this question. So you're in Pittsburgh. How long are you usually out of town, away from where you live? How long do they stick you in Pittsburgh, for example?
Well, they're saying I could be here for a year, but then
Okay.
it could be sooner, you know.
Okay.
There's
Yeah,
no
but it's
telling.
not gonna be next week, probably.
Correct.
Okay. So what I would suggest, everybody, I don't care where you live, everybody needs some help with community service. So all charities need help. So find some nonprofit charity in Pittsburgh, volunteer with them, send us the paperwork. All right. So if you're just picking up, 4 or 5 hours a week, send those, email those to Ms. Blunt so we know that you're working on it.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right. As far as the alcohol education program, I'm sure Ms. Blunt can provide you one that you can do that online.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Mr. Moore, fines and costs on your file, $620. There is a $75 victim's fund fee to the state of Michigan, $50 misdemeanor tax to the state of Michigan, restitution of $165 to the airport authority, putting you on a 6-month non-reporting probation. Oversight fee for that is going to be $100. Let me do some math for you. Let me figure that out. The total on the file is just over $1,000, $1,010.
Okay.
Since the last time we've had no first aids on this area. You can just send in how much per month you want to pay.
What's that divided by 6 months?
So today's the 11th. Let's call it 175. That'll get you paid off with a smaller payment.
Okay, that'll work.
All right. Any questions, sir?
You said non-probation. What is
Non-reporting, meaning I don't expect you to show up in court once a month.
Okay.
So as long as you're keeping in contact with Ms. Blunt by email, sending her community service hours. If you're having any problems, let her know what's going on. When you get that online class started, keep her informed of what's going on there.
Okay.
Communicate.
Correct.
Any questions?
No, sir. So is she gonna get with me to set all that up, or
correct
on different dates?
Ms. Blunt, you gonna send him an email?
Yes, Your Honor.
So watch your emails, Mr. Moran.
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Boy, that's annoying with that background noise.
Yeah, it is. It looks like we have Attorney Mays and his client in.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Mays. A few of them, Dan.
He's
Not connected.
not yet. He just noticed.
Good morning, Mr. Mays. Miss Wall is trying to connect.
What's that?
Looks like Miss Wall is trying to connect. There she is. Miss Wall, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Sorry
All right.
about that.
No problem. Mr. Mays, your appearance for the nice lady.
Good morning, Your Honor. William Mays on behalf of Ms. Wall. We are here before the court for sentencing this morning. Ms. Wall and I have had an opportunity to review the PSI that was prepared in this case. There's no corrections or deletions to be made to it. Just going over my notes. Sorry, Judge.
Sure, that's all right.
Yeah, no, I don't think that there's any corrections or deletions to be made. Ms. Wall, was there anything that you wanted me specifically to address with the judge?
No.
I mean, the recommendation is pretty fair, Judge. I know that the community service, they're asking for 48 hours. I've explained to her that with coronavirus or COVID that, that can be difficult. Maybe she can do it online, or maybe you'd consider waiving that.
I'd like to see her get started on it and see where we go.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No, Judge, I don't think you're going to have any problems with Ms. Wall.
I certainly don't expect any.
And Judge, I don't know if you've seen this. This is going to be like just a short period of probation, I assume.
Well, the recommendation's for 9 months, but you know me, I'm always willing to close out early if everything's on track.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I would ask for 6, maybe. If there's any problems, of course, we will address that, but I don't think you're going to have any problems.
Yeah. Why don't you ask for 4 or 5 when we get there and she's done everything she's supposed to?
Sure. Okay, sounds good.
Deal, Miss Wall?
Yes.
Okay. Anything you want to add, ma'am? Don't feel that you have to. I just want to give you a chance.
I was just wondering exactly how much I'm gonna owe in fines. I've been saving up and I'm ready to pay a nice chunk of it if I could.
Okay.
And what are my probation?
We're headed there.
I'm sorry?
I'm getting ready to tell you all of that. I just want to make sure that you don't have anything you want me to consider before I make up my final decision.
No, sir.
Okay. Here we go then. Fines and costs on your file, $620. There is a $50 misdemeanor tax to the state of Michigan, $75 victims fund fee to the state of Michigan. Restitution to Van Buren Township, $125. I'm placing you on probation for 9 months. I'm adopting all those recommendations that you went over with Mr. Mays. Probation fee is $360. The total is $1,230. You can make payment arrangements with probation to get that taken care of.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. If you're having any issues, having trouble finding community service locations, anything like that, contact Miss Blunt. She's real good at helping people get on track with probation. If you can't resolve it with Miss Blunt, then contact Mr. Mays. He knows where we're at.
Okay.
All right. Any questions?
Nope.
All right. Mr. Mays, stick around for just a minute. I'm going to let your client out of here.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Ms. Wall, call you in 2 minutes.
Bill, I just got to ask, I love your backdrop, but do you actually keep your library update?
No, God,
yeah.
No. Those actually, those I think are Felix Rogel's books.
Really?
Yep. When they when I was friends with the gal that bought the building, and she called me up and said, hey, because I process served for her back when I was in law school.
Right.
She lived over at Morgan Manor. And I did too at the time when I was in law school.
Yeah.
And she said, hey, she would flip a bunch of properties years later.
Yep.
And she said they picked up Felix's. And I don't know if you knew this, but I tried to buy Felix's office. But his one daughter, she wanted just a lot of money for it, right?
Right.
trying to sell it as an ongoing practice.
Right.
She later sells it to this friend of mine for next to nothing. I mean, dirt cheap, right? Like, yeah, bad. And she was flipping it to, and she said, I've got all these extra books. Do you want them? And I said, yeah, I'll take everything you got.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a conversation last week with some attorneys, and they were old enough to remember those days, because I
Right.
remember that was one of the biggest bills I had every month, was keeping that freaking library updated.
Right.
And then, you know, when I came here, we couldn't give those books away. You know,
Well, I do
just
have
that quick.
I have a series, Handling Drunk Driving Cases by Ed Fiandek, and a small, like 4-volume set from Westlaw,
Right.
drunk driving litigation, that for a few years I kept those updated, and I found that the updates were useless, absolutely useless.
Yeah. Well, it breaks my heart.
They want you to take out this page and insert this page.
Yeah. A lot of work. And you know, of course, now even old farts like me, it's just easier to do the online research if you got to do the research.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it breaks my heart, because I know at some point, because I just left all those books on the shelves when I came up here, and at some point I'm probably gonna have to throw them out. And I've got going back to the old leather bound ones.
Right. Oh, I've got some that are from some of the earliest ones. Yeah.
And you know, you got a collection like that represents literally tens of thousands of dollars of invested.
This is only a small fraction. I've got the whole conference room in the back that's filled with an even larger library.
You probably got all the same volumes I've got, because Rogel wasn't that much younger than the office I inherited.
No. So
it's kind of a shame.
And then get this. This is funny. Last night I was doing research on an obscure evidentiary matter that involved the excited utterance.
Right.
And this one law review article cited Wigmore on Evidence, 4th edition. And I thought, you should be able to look this up. You cannot look up Wigmore online.
Right.
And they want, for, I don't remember, 11 volumes maybe there are to it. They want, I don't remember what outlandish amount of money they wanted for this set. It was, I remember I saw it in Hong Kong, and the number was just such a big number. I don't know what that even represents, but it was maybe 10 grand or something like that for the set.
Obviously collectible by somebody.
Yeah.
Well, next time you're in, so we can have a conversation that's not being live streamed, I want to talk to you about a PBT issue that came up in a motion. I'd just like to bounce it off you.
Sure.
All right. Have a great day. Stay healthy.
I'll see you soon.
We have Mr. Bowditch, who
Bring him in.
He has a 10-15 sentencing, but the sentencing hasn't checked in.
Morning, Jeff.
Katie was checking on Miss Thomas, the one that you called earlier.
Yeah, is Katie out there?
Katie just went back to go call her.
Okay. Yeah, that's the lady I called at just before 9 o'clock and told her to get on Zoom.
Right.
All right, Jeff, we're still waiting for Torres to show up. You
Your
got
Honor,
a phone number?
I spoke with her a couple moments ago, Your Honor. She'll be here.
Okay.
Mr. Bowditch,
Yes, ma'am.
your client just checked in. Do you want to see your client in a breakout room before sentencing, or do you want me to let Judge know you're ready?
You can let the judge know we're ready. I've already spoken with Ms. Torres.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring her in, and then I'll let Judge know.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Torres,
Hi.
I'm
Hi,
Jeff.
how are you?
Pretty good. Long time no talk to.
I know. So I was
So-
actually going to ask you a few questions before we get going. Do you think this will affect my job at all?
You drive for your job?
Do they
if you-
do they
even
let
if-
my employers know or anything?
No.
Oh, okay.
Unless they're going to run your record for some reason, they'll
Okay.
run your driving record and they'll find this offense. Even if you have to drive for work, your restricted license will allow you to go back and forth to work, back and forth to court, back and forth any treatment that's recommended. You just can't be pulling out a Taco Bell at 11 o'clock at night unless you're working there.
Right.
Good?
And your shift just ended.
Right. This is
Good.
Judge Oakley, Ms. Torres.
Good morning, Ms. Torres. Mr.
Hi.
Bowditch, your appearance.
Your
What was
Honor, Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch, appearing on behalf of and with Ms. Torres. Your Honor, today is a date and time set aside for sentencing in this matter. I've spoken with Ms. Torres. We have reviewed the pre-sentence investigation. We find it factually accurate, no additions, no deletions, no corrections. We would ask the court to respectfully adopt the recommendations of probation. The only comments Ms. Torres wished me to convey was she does have a medical marijuana card that I believe is duly issued by prescription. She takes it edibly, and it is for pain.
Yep. I already made a note of that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ms. Torres, anything you want to add to what Mr. Bowditch just told me, or are you ready for sentencing?
I'm ready.
All right. Fines and costs in your file, Ms. Torres, $620. There is a $75 victims fund fee to the state of Michigan, $50 misdemeanor tax to the state of Michigan. Restitution of $125 ordered for Van Buren Township. I'm placing you on probation for 9 months. Your probation fee is $360. I'm adopting in full the recommendations from probation that you went over with Mr. Bowditch. That means items 1 through 11 were recommendations. Now they're court orders. The total on the file financially is $1,230. I'll leave it to you to work out a payment plan with probation on that. As far as the medical marijuana, I've made a notation. Edibles only is fine.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Wish
Thank
you
you,
luck
Your
with
Honor.
that. Any questions, Ms. Torres?
I don't think so. Thank
All right.
you.
If you're having any problems complying, reach out to Ms. Blunt. She's your new BFF. All right. She
Okay.
keeps you on track. If you
Okay.
can't resolve whatever your little issue is with Ms. Blunt, then you contact Mr. Bowditch and get him involved and he'll help you work it out.
Okay, sounds
All
good.
Now I've got to ask you a question totally unrelated to this court stuff.
Okay.
Are you related to any of the Torres from Romulus?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You look a little bit like a girl that went to school with my daughter,
Okay.
who was just a phenomenal artist.
Yeah. I
And-
got my last name from a guy that I don't even know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you got a good name in Romulus anyhow.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you. If you're having any problems, contact Ms. Blunt. Mr. Bowditch is your backup.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Torres.
Thank
Stay
you.
healthy, Jeff.
Thanks, Judge. I got to go to Miss Judge Martin now. Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Bye.
You'll be hearing from probation, ma'am.
Okay.
Christy,
Yes.
let me go find the judge. It'll take just a second, okay? I'll let him know that you're in the waiting room. All right, just hang in
Okay,
there.
thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you.
Christy,
Yes.
you're ready to be sentenced then?
Yes.
Okay. All right, judge will be with you in just a minute.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, honey, hang on.
Yep. Okay.
Christy,
Yes.
did you want to speak to an attorney first?
I believe I was talking to, I think attorney last time, but I don't remember his name.
Did you want to speak to an attorney?
Sure.
All right, hang on
Yeah.
just a minute. Let me see.
Okay.